into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show, that's where I go for the latest brand info. So all around town radio show, for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio. It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 are coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to race on hell.
Ah, there we are.
With all around, you know, plan to do it well. So all around town radio.
Show. Welcome, one and all. It's Monday. It is the weekend update for Monday, March the 9th, 2026. Let's see who's checking in today. Say hi if you're out there, will you? Little hey, hi, howdy. Steve Ware, thank you for being here. John Norcus in the house. How are you, buddy? Heather, how you doing? How you doing? Jay Grant in the house. Yes, guitarist extraordinaire. And that was Sweet Sister Mercy with the theme song to All Around Town Radio's programming. Thank you to them for that. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. It is time for the show. And we're going to talk about what we did over the week and all that good stuff. We are. There's Johnny Stone. We're going to talk about that young man who's a killer guitar player. He is. Tenpenny in the house. How are you? Thank you for being here. Carla, thank you for joining us today. Always, Carla. Brian, good to see you on Thursday. It was. Shannon Phillips is in the house. It is a gorgeous day. It is. How are you, Shannon? It's always more gorgeous when you're here, Shannon. It is. Heather, how you doing? You doing all right? Good to have you with us today, everybody. Welcome to the program. We had an eventful weekend. It wasn't an action-packed weekend all weekend long, like last week was. I was like Tuesday through Sunday last week. But I have two important things I really want to talk about today. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But welcome to All Around Town Radio for March 9th, 2026. We call it the Weekend Update, your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more, and everything music and all that good stuff. Don't forget to share our shows to support local music and the venues that bring it to you. We'd appreciate that very much if you could do a little sharing, because sharing is Karen. Sharon is Karen, it is. And Carla says, happy Monday, beautiful people. It is a pretty day outside. It's wonderful out. It is. It's very nice. And Glenn said it was a great weekend of music for him. It was. Who'd you go see, Glenn? Put it in the comments. You know how it rolls here. If you haven't posted on our Facebook page, because Glenn's not on Facebook, he's Amish. So he will post it in the comments here, who he got to see over the weekend. That's how that works. Hey, don't forget to follow us also on all the socials, guys. We're on Insta. We're on the Book of Face, obviously, here on the Tube of You, and also on the Tick of Talk and the X platform, as well as All Around Town Radio. And hey, a little secret, tomorrow, some cool things going on tomorrow. Hot Topic Tuesdays, 50th, let me say that, 50th episode tomorrow. And Karis has issued a challenge already on the Bell and the Bear page today on how many Jameson she's going to buy me tomorrow, because she may be on a roll tomorrow. You never know, for the 150th. episodes. She only owes me, I think it's 163 Jamesons now. I don't know that I'll ever be able to collect all of them, but that's how it works. Every time she throws an F-bomb, man, I get a Jameson. And some days it's like 12 in one sentence. It's really kind of cool. And also, I don't know if you're aware of it, All Around Town Radio rapidly approaching right after St. Patrick's Day, our 10th anniversary. Yes, our 10th anniversary here. 10 years been doing this. Crazy. Not just here, but in Florida before we got here. Yeah, we'll tell the story about the history of All Around Town Radio on a special show that's going to happen for our 10th anniversary. I'm going to have some people on to join me for that one. That'll be loads of fun. Hi, John Campbell. How are you? Leadfoot in the house. Thank you for sharing. Dave McCarty's in the house. Got to see him Saturday. Brandon's here from Mr. Burroughs. What's up, buddy? You good? Haven't seen you in a bit. And yes, it is Kevin Toll's birthday today. We can give Kevin and Monica a big happy birthday today. Happy birthday to both of them. For real, for real. Carla says 150th happy anniversary with Karis. Yes, I should get a bronze statue made of me somewhere after dealing with Karis for 150 episodes. But I'm just saying, hey, Michelle, how are you? Thank you for being here. It's going on. And Glenn's only been doing this with me for 6 years. Well, you didn't know me when I was in Florida. And we were doing it down there. We had a lot of great guests back then. We really did. It's too bad the Book of Face wiped all that off. And we weren't YouTubing back then, so there's no archive of any of that. Tim Butterfield, how are you? Valerie, I should have saved them all, but I didn't. You know, you should save them to a big hard drive or something. Like the news people do, so they can go back and say, yeah, back in 1912, we interviewed this person. Yes, when they die and those kind of things. Hey, Valerie, she said, joined on YouTube. So I'm on the big screen. Well, I've got a face for radio, so don't look, just listen. That's how it works, Val. Yes. Thank you, Carla. All right, let me get started. I got a lot to talk about, and I need to get out of here quickly today. I've got an engagement tonight I've got to be at, so let's get to be rolling here. Hi, Brian from White Knuckle Weekend. Thank you. We're going to get it rolling. I'm going to start talking about what we did in live music this week. And I want to thank those of you who busted out the love and did a little sharing for the Who's Playing Out show on Thursday. I'll tell you, man, it's a struggle with that show to get any viewers anymore. It used to get tons of viewers, and it's one of those things. If I worked for a network, they'd already canceled it. They would have. We had about 1,200, 1,500 views on that Who's Playing Out show this week. And I do remember back in the beginning when I was thrilled at 50. So, yeah, it's just not 14,000 like it used to be. No. And again, guys, follow us on all the socials if you can. And don't forget our weekly programming, Hot Topic Tuesday, Wednesday with the band, and Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by our friends at Heather's in Springboro. So let's talk about what's shaking here. Dirk Turner in the house. Got the whole Crying Out Loud gang with me today. Thank you, guys. Hi, Jim McCarthy. How are you? And yes, Carla feels there will be a rise. Thank you for being optimistic. You're that glass half full person. You are. Dirk, it was great to see you Saturday. We're going to talk about it here in just a minute. But let me get started first and foremost with my Thursday night. No music for me on Wednesday this week. Took a little night off there, and actually took Friday off too. It's our last week's schedule just about deadened me. So I went out Thursday night to the jam at the Bell and the Bear. We're calling it the Johnny Stone Jam. At least I'm calling it that. And if you know Johnny, he's a great guy. And it was funny when I introduced him on stage, I looked over and asked him how long you've been playing guitar before I stepped up to the mic to introduce him. And he says, 24 years, something like that, 23, 24 years. And I said, how old are you? He's 27. So Johnny's been playing guitar for a long time, and he's good at it. He's really good at it. And he patiently waits every Thursday night jam at the Bell and the Bear. He's off in the corner over there by the pool room, if you know where that is. The green room is what we like to call it for events. And he waits patiently with his guitar in hand to get up there and play 2 or 3 songs. And Mr. Dave Wade had a great idea that since Johnny is such a faithful jammer, that there be a little special night for him. And what a special night it was. It was fantastic. And Steve said, we love Johnny Stone. Me too, buddy. Johnny is a great guy and not a guy that stands around, talks to a lot of people, all that at the jam. But he did bring Thursday night a whole entourage of folks. You thought he came off the tour bus and his fan club followed him because he had a ton of people there, along with a bunch of local musicians who show up at the jam and play and enjoy the camaraderie of being in the music community that it is. And Dave Wade put this together, and much to a lot of our surprises, the entire DV8 bunch, except for Aaron Thomas, who wasn't there, but everybody else from DV8 got on stage and played with Johnny. Now, I don't know, but if I were a local musician who played out a lot or didn't play out a lot, the honor of taking the stage with DV8 is a huge one. They are arguably one of the best bands in the tri-state, if not the best band in the tri-state, and I'll say that out loud. And Johnny was grinning from ear to ear. And who wouldn't be to stand next to Melissa Singer Reed while she's belting out a song and playing guitar for her? It was, to coin a phrase, badass. It was. And I told Karis after Johnny said, I said, you know, that's going to be a memorable experience for him for a long time. He went on that stage and gave it all he had and played with some of the best singers and musicians. I mean, you got Doug Drew behind you on the drums. You got Dave Wade on bass. You know, Jim Cuesta playing the keyboard, Steve Krakus playing guitar alongside you, and Melissa's voice. It doesn't get much better than that. And just a really amazing night for Johnny Stone. And he's part of the Bell family. He is. And the Bell has a distinct family, and some people like to refer to it as a clique. It's far from that because they welcome anyone there. If you know the folks at the Bell and the Bear, you can come in and feel welcome in that bar. And especially on jam night, the musicians are so welcoming, so nice, so willing to talk and chat about music. And, you know, there's so many conversations that go on back in that pool room. And that's where I like to hang out sometimes there, that are about, you know, equipment, gear, touring, where you're going next, who, you know, how many people you had at your last show, all that stuff. It's really, really, really cool. And Corona says, epic fun. Got to meet Johnny, the Johnny groupie table. Yes. And he did, man. And you know what I liked about Johnny too? He kind of popped out of his shell that night a little bit more than he usually does when he gets on stage. And he was introducing the songs and giving shout outs to the band members that were up there. And I thought that's really cool. And it was an honor for me to introduce him because, you know, we have some fun there at the Bell, and we want to thank Jeff Meadows of the Jeff Meadows Law Firm for sponsoring that night as well. Jeff is a huge supporter of local music. His son plays, and he sponsors the Jam once a month, which is an awesome thing, a totally awesome thing. And I would be remiss too if I didn't give a huge shout out to the house band who played, who opened the show before Johnny got up there. And, you know, our usual suspects, Kevin Cooper. It was interesting because Rick Pieper was filling in on keyboards because Jim, who normally plays keyboards for the Jam, Jim Cuesta, his gear was on its way to some parts unknown, out of state, for a show they did the following night with Genesis Retouched. So Jim didn't have his usual gear there. So, you know, Rick was filling in on keyboards. Jim played Rick's equipment for Johnny when he played with the DV8 bunch up there. And Bill said Johnny's smile said it all. And Bill got some great video that night as well. So check out Bill's videos. I always try to give him a big shout out. He's a huge supporter of local music. But it's cool to have the house band too there, like it is. Kathy Laverde, Jonathan Grooms, both trading off bass duties. Travis Hanna on drums. Toy Hobbs. You know, I didn't realize Toy sang so well. I mean, I knew he played in his band. I've heard him sing and all that, but he he has a wide variety of songs he can do, and it really did a great job. So just a wonderful group of folks there at the Bell who kick it off every week on Thursday nights. If you've never been there and you're within the sound of my voice, go on a Thursday. You'll never be disappointed. The only people that get disappointed are shitty people who don't get up on stage and get pissy about it, because the list is a mile long some nights. Some nights it's not so long, and you can get right up there and play. But be prepared to play an upbeat tune, and be prepared to play something that's crowd appealing, and not bore them with some sad tear in your beer song, because that just like throwing a wet blanket over the room, and you don't want that to happen on that night, because that room is full of energy. Johnny's fan club, so to speak, were great people. It was so funny. I looked over when he started playing after I stepped off the stage after introducing him, and looked over at the amount of cameras that were rolling on him. Everybody had a camera in hand, and they were videoing him on stage. So I'm sure he got a lot of good angles. We've got some great pictures on our page. If you haven't seen them yet, go back and look at those, and it says it all. You see the smile on his face several times, and I happened to just be in the right place at the right time to capture Melissa when she got finished, giving him a huge hug and some great encouragement. And what a wonderful thing it was for DV8 to take time out of their schedule, get everybody together, and come in there and play those songs with him. And I'm sure, Johnny, if you're out there, buddy, great job. Thank you. I know you were on here earlier. Great job. Way to kill it. Keep reaching for the stars, my friend. You're doing well. And everyone at the Bell just loves him. As Steve Ware said earlier, we love Johnny. Yes. Johnny Stone and the Bell and the Bear Jam. And Shannon, yes, you do need to make it there. All you got to do, pick up the phone, dial my digits, and say, hey, let's meet up on a Thursday, and you and I will go hang out. I'll introduce you to some great people in Cincinnati that would love to meet you. They would. And we're going to talk about Shannon and her vocal abilities in just a minute. Glenn said he had the big March birthday party with AM Gold at the Redmore, followed with Blackbone Cat at the Bell and the Bear. Yeah, that was the Saturday night thing, and I was at Crying Out Loud's final show on Saturday night. As I said, I had full intentions of going to see Bohemian Funk at Mr. Burroughs Tavern on Friday night, and I made the mistake of I shouldn't say it's a mistake. It was a good call. But I went to the Fish Fry for dinner at the Springboro Eagles, which I'm a member of, and never got out of there. There were so many friends, so many people. We were having a great time. And I looked down at my phone, and it said 10:30. And I was like, oh, my God, I just missed Bohemian Funk. And I heard they had a hell of a show. I mean, I heard they were fantastic at Mr. Burroughs. I just didn't get there to see them on Friday. And then I went home. And, does anybody else have dogs out there? You guys dog lovers? Because I have 2 dogs. And I just want to tell you, I loathe rain and mud. It has been an absolute nightmare. And I can't even let them out together because they like to run fast, and they run through the mud. And the other night we had so much rain, it looked like a boat with a rooster tail coming off the motor from one of my dogs running through all of it. And you got to clean the feet every time they come in, or you have a muddy house. And that's a whole other thing. But you know how it goes. Kara's got dogs. She knows. It's a deal. Zach said the jam is always awesome, going on 6 years, best run open jam ever. It is. And that's the thing. Some people confuse it with an open mic night. There's a whole different thing. I mean, this is where you've got a backing band. You've got people, you can come in and do a solo thing, with the backing band. You can do all kinds of things there, which at open mic nights, you do the solo thing. A lot of times you get up on the stage, you play your 3 songs or 4 or 5 songs, whatever you got, and you're out of there. This is definitely a jam night. It's a totally different environment and should never be confused with an open mic, because open mic are great. Don't get me wrong. It's a great place to showcase your live music, your originals, all that is not what the Bell is on Thursdays. And Carla said, just clean my carpets again. I know. I need to do that in one room. For real. And yes. And yeah, Corona, I got to that fish fry, and it was just too many friends there, too many people there, and everybody wanting to talk and have fun. And we had a great time. And I love the Eagles. I love the bartenders there. They're just great people. And sometimes you just take a night off. And I did, for real. And nobody's going to fault you for that, for sure. Yes. Me too, dogs. Yeah, I had 3. Unfortunately, one passed last year, but we have 2 now here at the house, and Kevin's got 3, and Karis has 300. I don't even want to know how she keeps her house clean, because some of them are big uns. They are. Jay Grant said Bohemian Funk was pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay. If I'd have known you were there, I might have had more incentive to be up there. You should have messaged me, man. But it didn't work out. But they'll be back again. They're a wonderful band, and always a pleasure to see. And yes, Carla's life at this moment. Glenn said, I was there when they first started doing the jam session at the Bell 6 years ago. Yeah, Dave Moody and Jim Cuesta kind of kicking that off there. And Dave Moody has since gone on the road with Hairball and is just kicking ass. I love everything he posts. He's a great human being as well. What's up, Bob Klein? How are you, buddy? Hey, if you didn't see our ad this week on Facebook, make note of it. March 21st, Saturday night, Bell and the Bear, another Hall Around Town watch party. That doesn't mean we're doing a live remote from there. A lot of people think that's what it is. No, we're all gathering a community of folks just to watch a great band, and we're going to see Rock House, Bob's band, on the 21st. So get dialed into that one. Make your calendar post and know you're coming. And we'll have Bob's got the big table for his entourage. I've got the couch behind him, and the table's right there at the couch. So we'll all gather in those spots. And if you want to sit on the couch with me, it'll only cost you $10. That's all. Just, we'll take a photo. It'll be like one of those moments. I'm just kidding, folks, but you know what I'm saying. Good stuff. Speaking of dogs, they're barking at something. Oh, yes. Yes. Zach says, I'll be there to see Bob's band. Good. I think we're going to have a great crowd that night. We had a great watch party when we hosted it for Uncle Rico, and looking forward to this one again. And Bob says it's getting closer. I know. I can't wait either, buddy. It was so good to see you over the summer in an outdoor environment. Can't wait to see you on the inside. And don't let me forget, Bob, we got to get a picture together. We get one every time we're together, but I want a picture with Bob. He's a rock star, literally. And Rock House is the band. And good band. You got to make sure you mark your calendar to come see that one. All right, I got to move on, people, because I'm going to have to get out of here quickly. How about Saturday night? Can I just say, I got some notes here for Saturday night. I really do. If I can find them, let me get them up here real quick. Like I will. And just want to say, Saturday night, the Phone Booth Lounge, and it was one for the books. It was one for the record books. The farewell show of our friends from Crying Out Loud. Since I came back to Dayton from Florida after leaving the area here and coming back to actually Springboro, I have followed this band. It was one of the first bands I ever saw here locally at a wonderful place called Heather's, which I have absolutely fallen in love with as well. And I'm not sure, and I'm kind of paraphrasing my post from earlier, but if it was the supportive crowd that was there of fans from 30 years plus, or the overwhelming amount of love from family members that were there because this was their last show as a band, or the fact that it was their farewell show. But Crying Out Loud delivered a performance that will always be remembered by me, and one of their best performances I've ever seen. And I'm saying that from the heart. It gets me right here because I love this band. I love the people in it. I love the fact that they have entertained audiences for so many years in the area, and just absolutely Saturday night gave it 110%. They were at their best. I don't have to say anything if you've seen them before, but I will say it for those that don't know them. I will tell you that Crying Out Loud, the vocals of John Norkus and Shannon Phillips are so good, and they complement each other so well. backing each other up, all those things. John, this is a guy that sings in the church choir on Sunday, I guess. And on Saturday nights, wailing Motley Crue out like it's his business. And John's got some rituals he goes through. I understand he spends the day before a show not talking to anybody, keeping it, and he needs it because the vocals he pulls off are next to no one. I mean, they are fantastic vocals. Absolutely so cool to hear him sing, and I hope he lands somewhere else. I do. I hope he lands in another band very soon. And, all good things must come to an end. And unfortunately, Crying Out Loud is... you never know when they're going to be the resurrection tour of Crying Out Loud. You never know what might happen down the road. But right now, it is the end of an era there. Shannon, I watched this young lady the first night she sang with this band, when Stephanie was still in the band, I believe, as well. And they had 3 front vocalists. Now, Shannon has grown into an incredible singer and a great performer on stage. And if you look at our pictures, you're going to see pictures of Shannon that show her personality and her performance. I captured some I'm really proud of that night because she was in her element, and she had her entire family there. The Phillips clan was to my right from where I was sitting, and man, did they have a party. She and her sister were having a ball up front there. I got some good photos of that too. But just, the musicianship in this band, got some great seasoned musicians. My buddy Dirk Turner, I've known Dirk. He posted something today since the bus stop days, if you know where that is, up in Miamisburg. But, he was playing in bands at the bus stop when I was managing that place years and years ago. And Dave McCarty on guitar, man, Dave was shredding it on Saturday night. And Niles on drums, I mean, solid timekeeper, great player. And Niles and I get confused. It's funny. People want to know if he's me and I'm him sometimes when we're out and about. It's hilarious. So we took a picture together. You'll see it on the page. We are kind of doppelgangers sometimes, depending. I don't normally wear sleeveless shirts. I don't have the shoulders for it that Niles has from being a drummer. But I will say every song they played that night felt like a celebration of the band's incredible 30-year journey. I mean, it was so cool. And as an added bonus, there were many alumni there. Jay Hawkins, I mean, he used to be in the band, a wonderful frontman. When I first started seeing him, he was the front guy in the band. And Jay was there from Alabama. So many players. Stephanie got up and sang with him at the end. She came off a White Knuckle Weekend gig. And it was great to see the alumni get up and play too. And they all did a song together. It was hilarious. I mean, that was by the time everybody, the liquid courage was flowing well, I will say. And it was just incredible. It was a night full of memories, music and appreciation for a band that's been doing it 30 years. And there's not a lot of bands that say that. That's a long time to be in a band. It is. And you have makeups, you have breakups, you have attitudes, you have, all these things that come with a band. We know it. I mean, we see it. We see bands come and go, but 30 years, that's an incredible feat for a group of great people. And Shannon is the baby in the band. And she said Saturday night was something out of this world. Crowd gave us positive energy and love. Yes. And it was an amazing atmosphere. You could feel the electricity in the room at the phone booth that night. And Tracy said the bus stop. Yeah, we're going back in time, my dear. We are. And yes, her family loves the band. They had a great time. Your family had more than a great time. I got a few photos of them having a great time, if we want to say great time. They were partying. They were having a good old time. And I think your sister needed it. She's just coming off having a baby and all the stresses that come with being a new mom and having the cutest little girl as well besides that. So she definitely needed to blow off some steam and did. It was so good. Steve, thank you for that comment. And I was talking earlier, if you just popped on, I was talking about you guys at the jam and the Johnny Stone jam, how good that was. And thank you to DV8 for coming in and supporting that night with him. That was just an amazing thing as well. And Carla says, wow, 30 years for real. And Amber felt it. I bet Amber felt it the next day. I bet she did. And Dirk says, I love the Phillips family. And I captured a picture of Dirk's daughter, too, and her friends with Dirk in the background. That's a cherished memory as well. It was family. It was so cool to have people there. And let me see here. If I can pull it up real quick, I'm going to try to talk set list, and then we're going to get on down the road. But all the people that were in there were so many music lovers, so many different bands represented. My goodness. Benny Bodine was there from Next to Nowhere. Barely Able was in the house. Velvet Crush was in the house. Half-Life, Shane DeMoss was there. And gosh, there were so many people who were in the house. Got to see my old buddy Nick Falzerano, who takes great photographs, by the way. And Nick was there shooting some photographs. He's good friends with Jay Hawkins and all that. Jay married someone that Nick went to high school with, so they've remained friends. And wonderful things. If you were there that night, please make a comment and tell me what you thought about it. I'd love to hear your comments on how that went at the phone booth. While I'm trying to, if I can here rapidly, bring up their set list. And I apologize, it's not in my prompter. I didn't have time to get it in there today. But I do have their set lists. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Fall in Love Again, Dance the Night Away, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Shannon killed that. Lonely as the Night, I Melt With You, Give a Little Bit, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Tie Your Mom, Little Susie, I Love Rock and Roll, which, wow, Shannon. Let's see what else we had. Don't Treat Me Bad. You know the vocals in that? Listen to John Norcas's vocal on that, folks. You want to hear something fantastic. Firehouse. We love Firehouse. We do. Take a Piece of My Heart. A great arrangement on that one that they do. Houses of the Holy, Stone in Love, Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'. And that is, that was set number one. Set number two consisted of, get this, Mr. Church Choir Singer, Kickstart My Heart, Wild Side, Round and Round, The Warrior, Hate Myself for Loving You, Raise Your Hands, For the Love of Money, Somebody Get Me a Doctor, Barracuda, Welcome to the Jungle, What's Up? Good job, Shannon. Your Mama Don't Dance, I Want You to Want Me, and What I Like About You. Then the final set, Whole Lot of Love. How about some Zepp to kick it off with? Top of the World, Black Velvet, Take It on the Run, Heartbreaker, Talk Dirty to Me, My Sharona, The Look, I'm a Believer, Squeeze Box, Boys of Summer, Let's Go, Hurts So Good, and what a way to end with Always Something There to Remind Me. Yes, that is the show from Saturday Night Live at the phone booth with Crying Out Loud. The era may be over, but the music will live on, kids. It will. And I myself will say, I will miss them. They're one of those go-to bands for me. If you want to have an upbeat night, that was one I'd go to. You know, and there's so many good bands out there, and they're just one. And, you know, unfortunately, as I've said in this business many times, talking about bands, another one bites the dust, unfortunately, and it's sad to see them go. But they will land in other places. I mean, I will tell you that John is actively looking for a band, and if you're a band that needs a front vocalist and you like to play the classics, call upon John. He will not disappoint you. And I will say this as well. Shannon is playing with Richie Turbush, and I got to see her play the other night in a duo setting with him. That's going places, and I hope Shannon lands a band as well, because she was just literally, I don't know. It's like she had reached puberty in the band. Can I say that, Shannon? It was. It's like she reached puberty and was going to an all new level. And what a great thing. And Shannon, I know you're going to miss it a lot. We're going to miss you, but I will get out to see you for sure with Richie and anybody else you're playing with, because we love you so much. And John, thank you for the hospitality. Please thank your wife for allowing me to sit at her table. I got there at 6 o'clock for an 8 o'clock show. There wasn't a seat in the house, if that tells you anything. Look at our photos, folks. You'll see how packed this place was to definitely show the love for this band. Now, last and not least, I must say, and again, thank you to Dirk for his friendship for so many years and always being there and all that. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate you more than you know. And Dave McCarty, you as well. Shannon, John, if you're out there. Yes, it was craziness in there. Got a chance to meet John's son. Never met him before. So it was a family night. It was cool. Really cool. And Carla says the passion and love for the music will live on. Yep, it will, for real. And, they're all great musicians. They will land places. Niles and Dave are playing with Half-Life, and y'all know we've talked about them, for real. Dirk may take a little break. He's definitely, certainly lately pushing the envelope a little hard, so he needs to slow down a little bit. And Dirk, we're always there for you, my friend. For real. So Dirk and I are going to get out and enjoy a cocktail one night and watch a band and actually be able to relax and talk, which will be fun. And that's good stuff. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to the Phone Booth Lounge, who was absolutely overwhelmed and slammed by all the people that were there. And we got to see so many people. Scott from Wild Frontiers was there. I'm trying to think of all the folks, all the Barely Able guys, in the house. So a really, really good night. David Linda from Last Call as well, and Barely Able, and got to see some really good friends. So thank you for that. One quick note, stopped in yesterday, didn't get a chance. I had something else going on, but stopped into Mr. Burroughs. Heather and Jerry from Heather's were there, great friends, and we had a little chance to have one beverage and watch a little bit of a band called Hat Trick, which I'm going to have to go catch again. I will post the pictures I took of Hat Trick's watching. I didn't get to that today, but I'll post the pictures of Hat Trick. A young group of cats on stage, really good. Female front singer, absolutely dazzled the crowd. She's got a great voice, got great stage presence, and they're kind of in their infancy, it looks like, and did really well. One word of suggestion is somebody step out front and listen to the mains a little bit. No sound guy. Obviously, when you're young and starting out like that, you don't normally be able to afford a sound guy. But other than that, really good energy, good song choices, more modern songs than the classics. But what I got to hear, and I only got to hear, maybe 40 minutes at that. But Hat Trick, man, if you haven't followed them yet, they have a very short following on the Book of Face. So if you want to go give them a follow and see what they're up to, that'd be great if you can. And Glenn said a great weekend of music. It was wonderful. And I want to thank all of you for supporting. And I can't tell you what it was like Saturday night to walk through that crowd at the Phone Booth Lounge and people stopping me and saying, "Hey, we watch your show. Thank you. Hey, we watch your show. We love it. Hey, we watch this. Who's that crazy woman on Tuesdays?" I got a lot of that. So it's very noted. Thank you for the support. And I love supporting live local music. That's what we love to do here. So thank you for being a part of this. And we're going to celebrate our 10-year anniversary very soon. Looking forward to that one. And tomorrow, our 150th episode of Hot Topic Tuesday with Joy and Judgment and that. Yes, Steve wants to know, name that tune is on Wednesday. The other one was late. Normally it's the second Wednesday of the month there at the Bell. And this will be our last one for the season. So it will be Wednesday night at the Bell and the Bear. I'll be there at 7:00. So join me for that one. If you want to get one chance to play Name That Tune at the Bell and the Bear, that'll be this coming Wednesday, the 11th. And then all the other festivities go on, the St. Patty's Day and everything else heading your way. So we've got a big show coming Thursday. We'll be announcing all those St. Patty's gigs. So be ready for that one to be lengthy and a lot of add-ons there that we normally wouldn't talk about on a Tuesday. So that's going to be cool as well. So thanks for joining us today. Thank you to the Bell and the Bear Jam, the Johnny Stone Jam, for a great night on Thursday. And thank you so much to our friends from Crying Out Loud and the 30 years of music that they've put out there for everyone to enjoy. I got to see the original T-shirt design. Mr. Pant was in the house who designed all that. And it was great to talk to he and his wife as well. I get to see them at trivia on Tuesdays sometimes. And it was wonderful. So we're glad to have you with us. Thank you, Shannon, for that congratulatory remark. And we'll see you next time, guys. Get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you this week. We'd love you to do that. See you tomorrow. Hot Topic Tuesday. 150 of them coming your way tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice.